Okay, so this is PA5 recording. In this one, I will be showing the collision of missile shotted from the player ship to the grid of aliens. Also, ship implementing state pattern to guarantee only one missile can be shot at a time. So I just wanna quickly go over key code parts and then show the video. So let's start from this ship and the missile. So we have abstract ship state class that has 4 states which ship can currently be, and the key here is when the missile is shot, we're gonna set the state to the missile flying, right? And here you can see the function shot missile, which will not do anything. So then, after our ship ready observer is called, all it's gonna do is set the state to ship ready state. And in this state, we can see this function shot missile. Whenever we want to shot it, it's gonna actually do the thing once we shot it, right? So that's that. I'm gonna go over details in my example in a second. So collision visitor, this one has all combinations of collisions we need so far. And key here also, each of our collision pairs has a subject, right? And that subject has a list of observers that invoked with function notify. So let's go over the game, and I will explain it in more details, I guess. So I'm not gonna go over all these things. The only thing that I wanted to point, I know it's not part of this assignment, but I did it here in I still keep my alien grid that is animating and moving side by side, and I know part of this assignment has to have grid 3 by 3, but I actually have 8 or 9, just because I have more visual thing, I guess, for this thing. So what I added here, and again, sound setting is not part of PA5, but I did it here. I probably will move it to the observer, but kind of felt putting it here. But I'm playing this for sounds for moving aliens in a loop. And I put it here just because it's kind of changing with each once I'm animating, right? So cheesy loop that will just go over those 4 sounds when aliens are moving. Just want to show it, whatever. Anyway, missile versus alien. This is the collision pair we're actually interested in for this assignment. So we have 2 trees that are colliding, which is missile group and missile alien grid. So once these collisions happened, we need to call 4 observers. Remove alien observer, alien explosion observer. I'm gonna go into details of this. Remove missile observer and ship ready observer. So this one, remove alien observer, will remove the alien that was just killed. So we're no longer operating with that one. Remove missile observer, we need to remove the missile also from the screen. No longer needed. And also ship ready observer, as I mentioned before, all it's gonna do is gonna set the state to ship ready state so we can shoot our missile again. So I'm gonna go into this one, alien explosion observer. I think I did it a little differently, but makes sense to me to do it this way. So since we're calling all these observers, we already called the alien remove observer, which removed the alien. We no longer need to worry about that one. I didn't want to swap the image and then remove it, kinda wanted to do it differently. So in this observer, alien explosion observer, what we do, I'm actually creating the new game sprite, which is explosion. We know exactly the coordinates where to create it, so we're creating this explosion sprite, and we're adding it to the grid, so it's gonna get drawn, we're gonna see it. Also, I'm gonna play 2 sounds. I know some games only, I think, playing just explosion, but I feel like we're also killing the guy, which kind of has to make some sound, so I'm playing the alien killing. Alien killed sound. I can always remove it, it doesn't matter. Anyway, creating new collision subject, right? So we're adding explosion, and we're attaching alien, remove alien observer. So we need to remove it, right? But we can't remove it right away, because once update get called, nothing's like all these things that we did here is not going to be noticeable if we remove it right away. So we're using time manager, and we're creating the command, which going to be invoked in 2 seconds, good enough for us to see the explosion image on the screen. And guess what this command's going to do? It's really big command, remove after alien explosion. All it's going to do is going to call notify on the explosion, and this notify is going to be this, removing alien from from the grid, so we don't see it. Enough of me talking, let's just show. So my aliens playing sound. So this is our ship moving back and forth. This is I'm shooting it. I'm trying to shot as many as I can, but only can see one. Perfect, so let's shot some aliens. There we go. I think you got the drill. And that's it for PA5. See you soon in PA6.